So we have a lot to look forward to when it comes to a Q4, quarter number four in 2025. And I wanted to get into some of the key deadlines, some of the key dates that we're looking at when it comes to XRP spot ETF filings, deadlines, and what's next. So a lot of these deadlines, which you'll see, are looking into October. Now, October is historically a really, really good month for crypto. Usually the making money quarters are Q1 and Q4, whereas Q2 and Q3 are times to really accumulate. And obviously, you could see some gains, but you expect a little bit more volatility in the middle parts of the year. So I wanted to get into how XRP holders are kind of positioning themselves, what catalysts are out there. We are expecting, the federal interest rates to get cut at some point in September. Now, will it be 50 basis points, 25 basis points? Most likely 25 basis points, but there's a really good chance we'll probably see more than one rate cut by the end of the year. And that leads us right into this top story. And it's how XRP holders could be preparing to get rich by Q4 or at the end of Q4. Yet again, obviously, this depends on when you got in. A lot of people who were watching, my channel here and other channels out there when XRP was at 50 cents, they are well into the green, but I still think there's a ton of upside potential. So we have about 10 major digital asset managers that have already filed for an XRP ETF. And the decision for most of these applications is set to be released at some point in October 2025. And currently, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is reviewing multiple XRP ETF applications. However, most of them are pending final decision. A few of them have been delayed as the Clarity Act continues to kind of loom here. We'll see when that could get passed. But if the stars align here and the timing adds up with the macro, right, with federal interest rates getting cut, with the Clarity Act getting passed, then ETFs getting through, this is going to unlock a lot of potential liquidity and institutional, along with retail demand for XRP and a lot of other top cryptos. So the odds are now restored currently as the regulatory clarity develops with the Ripple lawsuit dismissal. That news came out recently. That was a huge catalyst. We did see the price of XRP pump up a little bit. And I wanted to get into the full list of XRP ETF filings here with the SEC. Before we do, though, guys, real quick, make sure you guys opt into my free newsletter. I'm going to be dropping alpha here multiple times a week, giving you guys a little peek behind the curtain in terms of what I'm buying, things that I'm looking at, news and information that's impacting decisions that I'm making in my portfolio. And this is all free for you. This is me giving back to all of you guys who come here each and every day. I really appreciate you guys. Couldn't do it without you, obviously. And we're along this journey together. So definitely want to give you guys some insight in terms of the things I'm looking at. So sign up for that free newsletter linked down below. All right, so we've got the ProShares Ultra XRP ETF. This was actually filed back in January, and the SEC actually approved this. This is not a full ETF, though, right? It's the 2x leverage exposure to XRP futures. And this is why it got passed. However, it has been performing well. It does bring XRP in front of some investors that wouldn't normally have exposure. But the big one here is Grayscale, obviously 21 shares, which has some ties to BlackRock. And then Grayscale's application was filed back in November 2024. The SEC's final decision as of now is expected to be made on October 18th, 2025. And then we've got the 21 shares XRP ETF. This too was filed on the same day, November 21st, 2024. And they officially acknowledged the application on February 19th, which is my birthday actually, in 2025. And that official decision on approve or disapprove will be made on October 19th, 2025. So again, two big ones there, Grayscale and 21 shares. SEC's final decision expected to be made in October there. And then the Bitwise is set to be approved or disproved on October 20th. So those are 3 days in a row, big days there. Looking forward to that. Cannery Capital on October 24th. And then we've got Wisdom Tree October 25th. Franklin Templeton October 25th, 25 rather. October 25, 2020. I can't speak today. October 25th, 2025. There you go. CoinShares, same date. And Rex Shares, this will be one that got delayed. We expected to get a decision on this on July 25th, but it did get delayed. Same thing with volatility shares, XRP ETF. These are a little bit, less important than some of the big ones here from CoinShares, Franklin Templeton, Wisdom Tree, obviously Bitwise, 21 shares, and Grayscale. So most of these deadlines are approaching in October. And again, if we get that rate cut in September, we see the market start to pump up a little bit because now there's added liquidity. This could be lining up perfect for what we want. We call October a lot of times in crypto Uptober because it's usually one of the best performing months in all of crypto. And we have been waiting patiently for the full-fledged altcoin season. XRP has done extremely well to this point. I mentioned this in my video the other day. While Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, they're all up over 100% or close to 100% in the last year. XRP's up 450% in the last year. It has significantly outperformed the top assets already. But the great thing that we have in front of us is we still don't have full-fledged institutional adoption because we don't have ETFs. And that's why, these deadlines are so important. So what's next? Well, in a recent interview with CNBC television, Nate Geraci, who's the president of Nova Dice Wealth Management, said he expects that a standardized crypto framework could be released in the next 4 to 6 months. This will oversee the multiple issuers of XRP ETFs, Solana ETFs, Cardano, Litecoin, HBAR, hell, even Dogecoin. They had some big news today. Grayscale filed for a Dogecoin ETF, which is wild. If that happens, we're going to see a wave of approvals, probably in short order, and you're going to see a boatload of new crypto ETFs coming into the market. And when this happens, guys, the floodgates could be unlocked. We saw what happened with Bitcoin. We're seeing what's happening with Ethereum because of that institutional demand and the ability for them to get into these assets by way of ETFs. So very excited about being an XRP holder right now. We've done phenomenal here in the last year, but I do think there are still some green days ahead for us late in 2025. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Check out all my links down below. I mentioned the free newsletter. We've also got a massive partnership right now with crypto.com. You can trade XRP right now for free for 365 days. That is only when you sign up and fund your account using my link to crypto.com on the exchange side. Make your trades and take your trades to the next level with the crypto.com exchange. Check out all of those links down below in the description. I appreciate y'all for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you're already subscribed, make sure you guys ring the notification bell so you get notified every single time we drop another video. We'll see you guys in the next one.